Hi, before I go ahead and explain this function line by line, first I'm going to write a more simple function than this here, so a more basic function. And what this function will do is it will get as input a value, which let's say is the birth year, and it will calculate the age of the person for that particular year of birth. So as simple as that. And the syntax for creating a function is always with the def keyword. So it starts with def, which means define. Then you want to define the name of the function. Calculate age. And then you have round brackets like that and a colon. Now, inside the round brackets goes the argument of the function. So in this case, let's say year. Now you can write anything in here. So this is basically a variable that will be used inside the function definition. And press enter. And then you want to indent 4 white spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the syntax, everything that is part of the function. So the processes that this function will do, the procedures that this function will do, has to be indented. Let's say age equals 2. So how do we calculate the age? Well, that would be the current year, 2018, minus the year of birth, which is represented by variable year here. So here. And then enter. You want to indent again 4 white spaces so that the next line is at the same indentation level with the previous line. And then you use the return keyword. Return like that. That's a keyword of functions, of function definitions. And you want to return age. Now you press enter once. And if you want to add more lines, you do 4 white spaces and type again here. If you don't want to add more lines, you want to press enter one more time, like that. And as you see, we got these 3 arrows here, and nothing happened. Nothing happened because all we did is we defined a blueprint for doing something. We are not doing any calculations with real values. We just have some names, some variables, like this and this and that. This is a number actually, and I know that this is a very stupid function. Basically, if it's not 2018 now, this function will fail to calculate the real age of a person. But there is a way to do that. We're not going to do it right now. So there is a way to actually generate the current year dynamically in Python. I'm going to cover that later in later sections. So for now, let's keep it as a constant, so 2018. Once you have created your function in your script, so this is a Python session, an interactive session, but you could have this in a Python editor, like here, like we have it here, the function here. And so once you create your function, you can call it calculate age. Let's say birth year is 2000. That's not my year of birth, by the way, but... And yeah, this is the age, 18, which I think is what you were expecting. And now, let me explain a few things in here. This is the keyword def, this is the name of the function. You can pick any name that you want, but it's advised to actually use lowercase letters for the function. And use underscores if your function has more than 2 words. Like in this case, calculate underscore age. Don't use spaces. So the same rules apply as with variables. And then you have this round brackets. Inside the round brackets, you enter the argument. The argument also follows the naming rules of variables. Now, you can also have functions without arguments, like printing, for example. No arguments there. So this is simply printing hello. And the way that you call this is like that, without arguments. Hello. Now, when you define the function, this is actually referred to as parameter. So when you write it in here, in the function definition, this is referred to as a parameter. When you pass the value of the parameter, this is called the argument in the function call in here. Now you see that here I used return and here I used print. Now I'm going to explain the difference between using return and using print, but I'm going to explain that in the next lecture. So I'll talk to you there.